Hi guys, my name is Clay Chrysostom and I'm the owner of Coffee and Manifest. Coffee and Manifest is where I help people take care of themselves and improve themselves through self-care and personal development practices. Today we're going to be talking about mindset, and specifically a mindset that can help you build confidence. Make sure you take out a notebook or write it down in your notes somewhere. At the end of this video, I want to give a little bit of a bonus to talk about things that you're probably doing that's diminishing your self-worth and making you have low self-esteem. But for now, we're gonna get into the mindset hacks. So my biggest mindset hack is write down your mindset reminders. I actually include a mindset reminders template in my self-care planner in the Build Your Own Planners on my website, so you can go ahead and visit coffeeandmanifest.com after this video. And in our self-care templates, I actually created a bunch of templates that were inspired by the self-help books and all of the research that I've done to improve myself. And I actually created those templates for myself prior to actually even doing the planner. Because we grew up with a specific mindset, it's really hard to actually change the way we see and think about things, and it's easy to forget. So I like to keep a note of all the different kinds of mindsets where that I need to keep myself, like mentally in the right headspace. So in our mindset hacks, or our mindset reminders template, and there's actually a section for old way of thinking versus new way of thinking, and then you would kind of list the old ways that you look at things when things happen in your life, and then there's a column next to it about the new way of thinking, and this is your new mindset that you need to keep when you have certain situations that come up, and how to look at it in a different way, so that way you don't get so brokenhearted or so feel so bad about it when that situation comes. With that being said, I have 6 mindset reminders that I think would help you, and new ways to pretty much look at things and situations in your life, so that way whenever these situations do happen, you know how to combat it with your new mindset. And I recommend writing everything that I'm about to share with you, because it's not always easy to remember. Sometimes we forget to think about things in a certain way. You might forget to think about it later when the time comes. So mindset reminders and having an actual page to refer back to when you're not feeling confident in yourself is a great tool to use to build your confidence back up and snap back to the healthier version of you. Mindset reminder number 1, everyone has strengths and weaknesses. So story time, I was in Arizona visiting my friends, and we went to this really cute brunch place, and when anything is super cute and Instagrammable, of course there's going to be lots of girls there who are super cute and Instagrammable too. And so I was already going into it super anxious and nervous, and I was super insecure about my arms. And we went into brunch, and I was looking at this other girl, and for some reason I can only see girls with small arms. And I was looking at this girl, and it was a really big realization for me, because I was looking at this girl and I was like, man, she's wearing really cute tank top, she has really nice thin arms, and I wish I could look like that. Why does everybody get to look like that and not me? All this stuff was just flooding in my head. And then I just stopped and I looked at the girl, and I realized, what am I doing? Because there's no offense to this girl, and I'm not going to say what it is, but I was looking at her and I was like, okay, she has some qualities that I don't have, but I also have some qualities that she doesn't have. And you never know, what if she's looking at me and feeling the same way because I have something that she lacks, and she might be insecure because she doesn't have that thing and I do. And it's insane, because we're all in our head. Maybe you don't relate to that, but I know that's something I have dealt with my entire life. I always felt that way. I always felt like everybody was staring at me and didn't like certain things, could see all my flaws, and in actuality, nobody even noticed them. And it was just me freaking out. So, moral of the story, I guess another one, get out of your head. But you know, and mainly everybody has strengths and weaknesses. Like, just because you're lacking in something, you also have other valuable things about yourself that somebody else doesn't have. And like, stop focusing on your weaknesses and focus on your strengths, and remembering that, you know, everybody has strengths and weaknesses. Nobody's perfect. And that leads me to my second mindset reminder, and that is to accept the fact that you're not perfect, because you're not, and I'm not, and nobody is. Like, literally everyone's working on something, whether it's body image or personality or their lifestyle at home or their relationships, or, you know, whatever. Of course, you know, social media has its ups and downs. Don't get me wrong, I think social media is awesome because it created lots of people, given lots of people opportunity to create and start businesses and reach different parts of the world, but also depression and suicide rates have gone up. So, you know, just like everything, there are good and there's bad, and because of social media, we constantly compare ourselves, where we see all of our flaws, to a person online who only ever posts the good things about them. And we assume that everybody we see is so perfect and they have nothing wrong with them, when in actuality they have their own struggles. And you have to remember that they're not perfect, and you're not perfect, and that's perfectly okay. A mindset, like another kind of hack that I like to use is my affirmations, which is also in the self-care package. And one of the affirmations I include are that saying, and I read it, but I also say it out loud, because it helps to really get inside, you know, inside your brain, so you really believe it and feel it, because it's true. And my affirmation is, I don't care to be perfect. I don't have to be perfect, because nobody is. And like, you really got to you really got to channel your inner actress here, because you have to like really, like, you got to convince yourself, like, the way that you're speaking is also reflecting on how you feel inside, and it impacts the way that you feel. So you gotta speak out loud and speak into existence that emotion and that mindset, because you gotta get out of your head. And so repeating over and over, even if it doesn't work the first time, do it the second time and say, I don't need to be perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm what? Like, who cares? Why should I be trying to hold myself to a standard that's impossible? Like, everyone has something that they're insecure about. So yeah, so to sum it up, number 2, be at peace with the fact that you're not perfect, and that's okay, because nobody is. Mindset reminder number 3, don't take other people's actions to heart. If a guy leaves you because he's not interested, it has nothing to do with the fact that you're not valuable, you're not interesting, or you're not good enough, and he's just not your person. Especially going through this whole thing, you realize that everybody has different ways of coping with their insecurities, and so many people are insecure. So sometimes people who are insecure, who have to put other people down, or say bad things, or overly excessively brag about something good about themselves because they need to feel better, they're hurting, and that's their way of coping with that. They're not aware of what they're doing, and they're doing it because they're just so hurt and they need to protect themselves and protect their heart. And ignore it, because it has nothing to do with you. And that was something I was struggling with myself growing up. You know, people teased me, if a guy didn't like me or lost interest in me, or looking back at it, I realized it's like really stupid to really look down on myself, and making, like, my first instinct was always that I'm just not enough, and that is not the case at all. It's just different people like different things, and everyone's coping with their own insecurities. It has nothing to do with you. So that kind of also brings me to mindset reminder number 4, is everybody likes different things. So if you think about it, we're always trying to like change somebody else to like the things that we like. For example, I'm a very neutral person, and somebody comes up and says like, you need some color, why are you so boring? Like just because you don't like it doesn't make it wrong. It makes us different. Just like I don't like bright and colorful just like you do. I don't like it. That doesn't make you wrong for liking it. It just makes us different. It goes both ways. And it really kind of opens your eyes a little bit. And like when sometimes when someone like comes to you and they're like, why do you like this? Why do you like that? It kind of makes you feel like you're weird or you're stupid for liking something, or you're wrong for liking what you like. But in actuality, there's nothing wrong with it. You're just different, and you don't have to like what I like because you're different. Like, and same goes like vice versa. I don't have to like what you like, but just because I don't like it doesn't make you wrong. Stop trying to change somebody else's opinions and the way that they like things or value things, and in turn when somebody tries to change your opinion or what you like, don't. Mindset hack number 5, redefining your mistakes. Mistakes are lessons learned. You know, when you make a mistake and you get in trouble, like, you need to learn how to just brush it off, because everyone makes mistakes. Nobody in really high positions has gone through it and got to that point without making any mistake. Even really high CEOs and entrepreneurs who are billionaires talk about how they've lost billions of dollars in trying something that didn't work, or that failed, or mistakes that they've made, how many mistakes they've made along the way, and they're still succeeding. And they all talk about the fact that if you want to get to that position, you need to learn how to shake it off and keep going. So redefine the way you see mistakes. So next time you make a mistake and you start to feel hot, or you start to feel embarrassed or whatever, remember that everyone, literally everybody, makes mistakes, and now you're smarter because of it. And so when the situation comes up again, you know how to handle it and you know what to avoid, and then you're smarter for it, and you can teach other people, you know, avoid this because I've done this. So yeah, mindset reminder number 6, stop giving the other people the power to determine your value. I've done this so many times. I still sometimes do it. But I kind of determine my own value based on whether or not somebody else likes me. And, you know, that's not right. That's not how it should be. And first of all, that person doesn't and shouldn't have the power to control my value. You shouldn't let somebody else have that kind of power over you, because you are in control of your life. You determine your value. You may not be perfect, like I said, but you can always improve yourself and do things to improve your life and your health and your finances and your mindset, and you can keep going. And just because somebody doesn't approve of it or like it doesn't mean it's wrong, and they can go, you know. My bonus, some of the behaviors that you're probably doing, or the habits that you're probably doing that's causing your low self-esteem. Number 1 is your self-talk. A lot of us don't realize we're doing this. I know I didn't until I became more aware of it when I started reading the book Unfuck Yourself. Speaking of, I recommend you read that book because there are so many other things about your mindset that it talks about. You might find something that actually resonates with you more than I do, because again, we're different, we have different situations, we grew up different, a different lifestyle. So I recommend reading that book. He talks a lot about self-talk in the beginning. There are studies and about body language and the way that you talk about yourself. And it has an effect on the way that you feel and the way that you see things and the way that you feel about yourself. And saying, we don't realize we're doing it, and everyone around us is doing it. And now that like you're aware, you're gonna kind of see that everybody does it. For example, oh, I wish I could wear that, but I don't have the body for it. Or I wish I could do that, but I'm not rich. Or if only I this and that, then I could be blah blah. We're killing our self-esteem, ourselves, by talking to ourselves in such a negative way. So next time, you know, you have the temptation to do things like that. I'm pretty sure you have done that, because I know I have, and I see so many other people have done that. But now that you're aware of what you're doing, you can stop it. You'll find that even with just doing that is going to improve your mental health. Another thing is, it kind of touches a little bit about what I was saying earlier about strengths and weaknesses, but focusing on the negative, because the more you focus and the more you're focused on the negative things, the more you're gonna see. So I actually have a daily notepad planner. You know, there's a water tracker, but it also has a section for you to write your goals, has notes, but it also has reflections. And something I started doing every day is gratitude, and it really helps to focus on things that you're grateful for and things that you love about yourself. So I recommend doing that personally. It helps you to focus and channel like your energy into focusing on the good things in your life, and the more you focus on the good, the more good is going to come. Another thing you're probably doing is not doing the mindset reminders. I really recommend that. Just leave a note, even if it's in your phone, even if it's on a notepad on your desk, even if it's in your planner, whatever, just make sure you're doing that, because it's so easy to fall back to our mindset, because it's like kind of like a routine and it's just what we normally do. So it's hard to change that, but it's really important that you change it, because the way that you think about things affects your entire life, and affects yourself and the way that you see yourself and the way that you just feel in general. So I really recommend having mindset reminders, and use that as a tool to remember, to look back to, especially on days when you're having a really rough day, or you're feeling really insecure about yourself. And then remember different ways to look at things that you realize that, like, even though you knew it, you kind of forgot to think of it that way, or you forgot about that kind of mindset reminder, and then it'll help you bring you back to life and bring you back to your healthier mindset. Another thing you're probably not doing is you're not investing in yourself enough. You're not investing in yourself and doing enough things for yourself, and doing more things to make other people happy. And I know I'm guilty of this. A lot of times I will like really sacrifice all the things that I want or what I need even to make somebody else happy, or to do them a favor so that they can have a better day or life or whatever. But by doing that, I'm completely taking away from my own life. And at the end of the day, I'm like wondering why I feel so bad. But in actuality, it's because my time and my effort and energy is going into everybody else's happiness but my own. So invest in yourself. Start to make decisions that, if you're going to do something to help somebody, is that going to be at the expense of your own happiness, or something that you need to do for yourself so that you can improve or be better or be happy? And it is a challenge, because it's so easy to just sacrifice your happiness so that other people can be happy, especially when you're a people pleaser. But no more. So that's all I have for today. Like I said earlier, there's so much more I can talk about. I'm just saying the things that personally resonate with me, that help me with my certain situations. I recommend reading the book Unfuck Yourself, because he talks about so many different things, and you might find something in that in particular that can actually connect with you, or you resonate with, that will work for you. Because again, everyone's different. What works for me might not work for you, so you need to go and you need to do the work and find what helps you. Take the time to go out and improve yourself. You need to go out and you need to create the systems, and you need to make sure that you continue to work on yourself and your mindset. At coffeeandmanifest.com, I actually have a build your own planner. days, and you can choose your color and choose your templates. We have the basics, which is undated, monthly and weekly, where you can do your daily schedule, daily routines and stuff like that. But we have also self-care templates, finance templates, and health and fitness templates. All of the templates inside are actually inspired by the self-help books that I read. So I really recommend it, especially the self-care section. That one is really good. Even if you didn't want the binder, you can actually purchase just the self-care package. It's only $5, and then it also comes with a QR code, so you can scan it, edit the template, and then print your own or get the digital version and use it in your iPad or whatever. But yeah, so with that being said, that's the end of our video, and I hope you learned a lot, and I hope that you take the time to improve your mindset and you go out and you do those things that you need to do and invest in yourself and make that reminders tab, the mindset reminders page, because I'm telling you, it's like it's a lifesaver, especially when you're having a really bad day. If you like this video and you want to learn a little bit more about self-care, personal development, and follow my entrepreneurship journey, then please subscribe to my channel and give this video a like, and leave a comment if you have any questions, and I will see you at my next video.